العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي وام كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر عبر WNZK راديو 90 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern, and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
الافتتاح الكبير لأسواق زمزم على 24065 أورشارد ليك في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز. تنزيلات كبيرة على عموم المواد الغذائية، فريش كاري أوت، جميع أنواع المعجنات وصمون الحار، أيضا صواني الكامبو المشكلة، لحوم حلال للجالية العربية والإسلامية الملحمة بإدارة قصاب الجالية المعروف سلوان جربوع. call them at 248-476-0300 248-476-0300. أسواق زمزم للمذاقي، عنوان زوروهم على 24065 أورشارد ليك في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز أو call them at 248-476-0300 248-476-0300. أسواق زمزم للمذاقي، عنوان.
Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Radio Baladi. It's a great day today. It's a Friday. It's May 29th. Where did this month go, Adam? It seems like it's gone zipped by so quickly. Well, thank you so much for being with us. U.S. Arab Radio is the largest and most effective ethnic radio in North America, attracting millions and millions of listeners in Michigan, Ohio, and 5, 6, or 7 other states as well. My name is Khalil Hachem, and I'm so glad to be with you today. As you well know, I'm the executive editor via Michigan.com, and I'm always delighted to be with you today. The weather, we can always start with the good news, and the weather is 64 degrees outside. It's a beautiful morning, and no rain today. It's a little bit humid, not a lot, 72%. So I think it's going to be, not only it's a Friday, but it's going to be a great day. We have a great show for you today, this morning. It's going to be a very interesting hour. We have Steve Lorinz from Homeland Security with us, and we're going to be talking about airport security tips because, as you well know, most of you are going to be traveling this summer. If it's not to Lebanon, to other places. It is expected that more and more people are going to travel this year than any other years. We also have Amanda Saab with us. Amanda is the first American Muslim woman to cook on national television. Amanda is from Dearborn originally and lives in Seattle. She will be with us later on to talk about what she's doing on Fox News. And we'll have also Jamillah Rabah from Dreamy Children Child Care Center. She will be talking to us about child development. And is Steve on the line this morning? Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? It's so good to hear your voice.
Very nice to hear your voice, and good morning to your audience.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I know you've been here before, but please very quickly tell us a little bit about you, and then we can talk about some of the tips for traveling.
Absolutely. So my name is Steve Lorinz. As I was introduced, I'm the Federal Security Director, and I have the privilege to lead a great organization, a great group of employees, and we oversee security at Metropolitan Airport, Lansing, Flint, Saginaw, and also all multimodal activities. So we have a busy job. We have a very important job, and we have a job that really maintains security integrity in all transportation modes.
And we really thank you for your hard work keeping us safe. And with safety comes in it's not really an anxiety, but it's just like a learning curve. We need to learn about what you do and what we can do to make your job and our experience easier. As you well know, a lot of people in this community are originally from the Middle East, and they'll be traveling, as I said earlier. What can we tell them to make their experience, enhance their experience at the airport?
Absolutely. First of all, I think that the agency has a lot of information that talks to travelers about screening processes, and I'm going to share a website. It's tsa.gov, or there's an app available, My TSA mobile app, which provides information on what we could do. But I just wanted to share a couple of things. One, when I travel, what I like to do is change your coins or keys or anything of that sort, or my cell phone, or I try to put it in my carry-on before I get to the security checkpoint. That, expedites the process when you start, because you're not, holding up the lines by starting to divest when you get there. Also having your ID and having your boarding pass out and available, so when you get to the ticket document checker, that process is going effectively and efficiently. Quick reminders about the 311 liquids. If you're going to be carrying anything on an airplane, whether it's liquid, gels, or aerosols, it must fit in. It must be under 3.4 ounces, and all the bottles must fit in a single quart plastic bag and placed in a bin for screening. One of the things I always recommend to people is the TSA PreCheck product. You can opt into the program. There's a fee for it. It's $85, but it provides you expedited screening. And basically what it allows travelers is you leave your shoes on, you leave your light outerwear on, your belt, keep your laptops in the case, and also your 311 compliant liquids in the bag. So it gives you that opportunity not to divest as much stuff going through the process. But one of the things that I always recommend is, pack as much stuff. If you're checking luggage, pack as much stuff as you can in your checked luggage, and, remove as much clutter from your carry-on luggage. So, the X-ray operators can look at the images, and that process also helps tremendously going through the security checkpoints.
For those who travel often, so that's $85 a year? Is that what it is?
No, it's an $85. It's for 5 years.
Oh, 5 years. That's even better.
And it also, we offer the product at more than 150 airports. Okay. And it really does expedite its screening process overall. Just
like an express kind of lane, or is it the same lane?
Absolutely. It's a separate lane.
Okay.
And there's separate queues that you go through. Okay. And the processing time is usually less than 5 minutes.
Okay. And do these people sometimes, just to make sure there's a compliance, sometimes are subject to random check just to make sure everything is in order?
Absolutely, okay. Absolutely. And one of the things the agency is committed to and the employees are trained to is to make sure that we provide the advisements to the customers. Okay. We also have a lot of employees that have second language skills at our airports, and they are identified with their name tags. But if there's a language concern or barrier, please, I encourage your audience to reach out to a supervisor, and we'll be more than happy to facilitate it. If we don't have that particular language dialect available, then we have certain things that we can do and call people to make sure that people have not only a safe but also a pleasant experience going through the security product.
The issue of a laptop or a cell phone, I've been told by some organizations that, this is your right to say, no, I don't want you to take my laptop away for a check. And I'm not really sure what does this. If somebody, I know I have to put it through and all of that, and it needs to be on if I need to show them that it is on. But if somebody wants to say, no, we need to take it in to take a look at it, what are my rights here?
So I think one of the things, if there's some additional screening requirements, you are going to be there when we do that check.
Okay.
So we have explosive trace detection machines at the checkpoints. but the check is going to be done in front of you. You might be asked to turn on the laptop. So we ask that you do that. We want to get through the security process as quickly and effectively as possible. But you will be available when your items are checked. They're done in front of you.
Okay.
So you have the opportunity to make sure that you have visibility on that.
So if it's going to be taken away, I need to say, no, I have to be there. I have a right to be there.
Yeah, it should not be taken away.
Okay.
The equipment is in the open at the back of the checkpoint.
Okay.
So you should be with your property at all times.
Wonderful. And this is the $85. This is something they can get the application online. And is there like an interview process for this, or is it done like an application? How is that done?
Absolutely. We have application centers nationwide, and there's one in Dearborn.
Okay.
There's one located at Otter Drive in Michigan. We also have one at the airport, which is on site. You can visit. Interested travelers can visit or can pre-enroll at tsa.gov. And, there is a process that you go through, and it's a very quick process. It's less than a half an hour. And it gives you the opportunity to be included into the expedited screening program.
Wonderful. This is on the way out. And but before I get carried away, I just want to let our listeners know the number here is 248-557-3300. If you have any questions or you'd like to make any comments on this conversation, we welcome your calls. We've been talking about people leaving the airport. How about people coming back? What's the advice for them?
So that falls under Customs and Border Protection. The group here does a tremendous job. I think, having your documentations out and available and filling out all the required forms, I think is very helpful. And then if there's additional questions or conversations that could be had, have that discussions with the officers as they transit. They also have on their website information concerning travelers coming into the U.S. I strongly encourage everybody to look at that to make sure that they have visibility on that. And we want to make sure that we provide as much information to your audience and to the traveling public via websites or technology to make sure that they're able to look at it, whether it's, what's acceptable IDs, what it really is, the 311 rule, what is the prohibited items list, what does that consist of, what can I bring, what can I not bring, so they have, a stress-free experience traveling to their destination.
Absolutely, because, a lot of people in our community are going to be bringing in some items, green fruits and vegetables and things like that, and it always amazes me that, year after year they lose them and they keep. And I don't think they really mean to violate the law. It's just a matter of somebody says, I want to take this to my children, take this to someone, and then they lose them at the airport. A little bit of organization always helps. And also want to remind our listeners that, at the airport there are weigh-in stations where you can go and weigh your bags and before you go into the checkout line, before you go into the ticket line, so the weight and how you can organize it if you get there early. Is there anything else we can share with them, Steve?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I wanted to share is that we also offer passenger support. So it's called TSA Cares. It's located on our website, but you can call and ask for if passengers need additional help, if passengers are traveling with disabilities or medical condition. There's a toll-free number that they can call, and we can help them through the security process. And then we work with the airlines and also work with the airport vendors to make sure that they have a pleasant experience, because at times if you have certain medical conditions or if you are getting up there in age, we want to make sure that you have a pleasant experience. It doesn't matter what age you travel. So,
absolutely.
I would like to share that toll-free number.
Yes, please.
It's 1-855-787-2227. and they can call that number, and we would recommend that 72 hours prior to traveling to reach out. And if there's anything that we can do to make sure that we can support from a passenger standpoint that could have disabilities or some medical conditions, we are there, and I think it's a great program to make sure that we're working through that.
And again, that number is 1-855-787-2227, and we will have that number on our website as well for anybody who needs that number. Anything else we can tell people?
The only thing that I wanted to say is that we really, first of all, I appreciate the opportunity to spend time with you and your audience.
Absolutely.
And I strongly encourage, to utilization and visiting our website, tsa.gov. But if there's any comments, concerns, or anything that we can do to make anybody's travel experience, a little bit better, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you have any comments or concerns or anything that we can do, please ask for a supervisor at one of our security checkpoints. And I wish you and your families and your audience, the very best for a summer, with some great weather coming. I think it's going to be an awesome travel season. And I think to your earlier comments, it is going to be a very busy travel season.
Absolutely. We thank you so much. It's been always a pleasure talking to you, Steve, and getting the help that you really provided. I really appreciate your diligent work and the willingness to share information. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. I wish you the very best also in your audience.
Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Commercial.
Life for Relief and Development is a nonprofit charity that has been providing humanitarian aid and development to people and communities regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background for over 22 years. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life rushes to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Life also has development projects that provide medical relief, water purification, educational programs, relief for orphans, and much more. Your help and support can greatly improve these efforts. All donations are tax-deductible. For more information, please visit our website at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493. That's lifeusa.org, 248-424-7493. Are you going to start up a restaurant or a grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Najee Abood at 248-442-9292. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Najee Abood now, 248-442-9292. New Concept Products and Designs, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. For more information, visit newconceptproducts.com, 248-442-9292.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us this morning. And as you heard earlier, we were talking to Steve Lorinz from Homeland Security, and this is going to be a very busy travel season. Not only are people traveling for the summer, they're also going to be traveling for Ramadan, which starts in about 18 or 19 days. And we wish you safe travel. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we can give you the information. Again, the number to call TSA for any special help is 1-855-787-2227. Their website is, I think, tsa.gov, and they have a lot of great information on their website. They also have a mobile site, I think TSA Mobile. There's a lot of information there. If you need help, whether in Arabic and English, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to, find out information for you. We will have that information also on our website on yamichigan.com for you to really take a look at it as well. I think we are going to be joined shortly. Do you have Courtney on the line? Good morning, Courtney. Morning.
Oh, it's Amanda here.
Amanda.
Hello, good morning. It's Amanda.
Amanda, so good to hear from you, and thank you so much for your time. It's pretty early. Are you in Seattle?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in Seattle, so it's really early, but I couldn't think of a better way to spend my morning. So
wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And let me start by please tell us a little bit about you. Amanda Saab, you're from Dearborn originally, and tell us a little bit about you, please.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Dearborn, Michigan. My parents were Lebanese immigrants, so they also grew up in Dearborn. And I went to school in Dearborn, and I went to college in Detroit at Wayne State. And when I got married, my husband was offered a job here in Seattle, so we decided, you know what, why not? No one in our family has left the nest. No one's ventured out so big. So let's do this. Let's go to Seattle. So I guess we've kind of been the adventurous type.
Wonderful.
Since we first got married.
That's good. That's good. And, Seattle is a great city, so you're in a good place.
Yes, I am. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. And I understand you cook.
Yes, I cook every single day. No matter what my schedule is looking like, I find time to cook. Even if it's something really small and it's at 11 p.m. at night and I just need to get in my cooking or baking fix for the day, I make it a goal for myself to cook something new every single day.
Guess what? I do too.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
what do you
never,
like to cook?
Anything. I cook all Lebanese, Italian, and
I
was trained as a cook in Florida, and then I used to write about cooking for the St. Petersburg Times. And I make my own bread. I grind my own wheat. I love cooking.
Wow.
Yes.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah. I researched the old diet in the Middle East. Wonderful diet. And it's really great diet. What's your favorite dish?
My favorite dish right now is something that I've come up with, and it was actually my dish that I auditioned for Master Chef with, and it's a baklava cheesecake.
Baklava cheesecake.
The tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. This is what I do. I call it. It's like you use your background and then you come up with something totally different and new and fresh, and this is wonderful. So how did this idea of being on the show, how did you find out about it? How did you apply? What's your experience?
Yeah, so my husband and I were actually watching the previous season of Master Chef, and there was a commercial that read, like, "Are you the next Master Chef? Do you have what it takes?" And I was like, you know what I do? My husband was like, get online, see what's going on. Like, how do you audition? So we looked it up, and the nearest audition city was in L.A., so we're like, you know what, let's fly down there and make it a trip. It was our wedding anniversary. So we're like, it'll be our wedding anniversary gift. Let's just go down and see what happens. And luckily for me, I made it onto the show, so the trip was definitely well worth it for me.
Absolutely. It sounds like a lot of fun. It's a great adventure.
It really was. It was the biggest adventure of my life.
What is it, like a 6-hour drive, something like that, from Seattle?
Oh, we flew down.
Oh, okay.
With our busy work schedule, we only had a few days. We had 3 days. So
now you're a social worker, right?
Yes. So by trade, I'm a social worker in a hospital here in Seattle.
Okay.
And I work primarily with women and children. So my job's kind of stressful. And cooking became my outlet, my way to process everything that I've seen at work. So it was very therapeutic for me. It
is for me. This is how I learned how to cook. When I came when I came to the States, and I mean, you can eat at McDonald's so many times, and then just like you miss what I was used to at home, and then I start really cooking, and the first few times it didn't come out and good, but then I mean, you had maybe the luxury of having people around you to teach you. I didn't. But so what are some of the dishes that? Well, before I ask you that, you were in a hijab.
Yes.
When you went there to apply, what kind of experience was that?
So all throughout my life, since I decided to wear hijab when I was in high school, I've never let that stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do, and I never thought of myself as being different than anyone else. And if anything, I thought I always had an advantage because I always felt like I had God on my side. So for me, trying out for Master Chef was just another thing that I was going to be doing. And, I wear hijab, so I'm going to try out for Master Chef. No big deal. I did not realize how big this was going to be, and I did not realize how many people would be inspired by me just, doing what I love and auditioning for a cooking show. So it's been really incredible for me.
What was the first dish you made for them?
So the first dish that I made was during my audition, and I made the baklava cheesecake, and I had citrus, and I had candied hazelnuts, and a blood orange sauce, and a cookie tool. So it was absolutely beautiful.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so, like, every time you make a different dish, how does this show works?
Yeah, so if you missed last week's episode, or this Wednesday, we had our first mystery box challenge. So the show works in 4 challenges. So we start with a mystery box. None of us knew what ingredients we were going to have. We lifted up the box, and luckily for me, it was all ingredients that I cook with at home.
Yeah.
So I had turmeric and dates and goat cheese and feta cheese, and I decided to make a turmeric and date cake with a goat cheese icing.
Is that mainly dessert you're making, or all kind of food?
Yeah. So I really love to bake. That's kind of like my first love in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I would learn from my mom and my grandma. My grandma's an amura and a shabbak. Like, she would teach us how to do all that.
Yeah.
And I was always the one in the family for any family gathering, like, okay, Amanda's going to be making the dessert. But then when I got married, I realized, okay, we need to eat too. We just can't eat dessert. So kind of out of necessity, my love for cooking savory dishes came out. So.
Wonderful, wonderful. And when it comes to meat, what's your favorite dish?
When it comes to me, oh man, I mean, I love lamb.
Yeah.
I love a good steak, just grilled on outside on the charcoal grill.
How do you like
that.
it? How do you like it?
Oh, medium rare.
Medium rare, yes.
Yes.
When my wife came from Lebanon in 2004, I wanted to show off, and I went and made a Chateaubriand for her. And, I made it really nice and rare, and I was kind of trying to show off, and she looked at me and she goes, I'm not going to eat that. It's still raw. I said, no, that's not raw.
Oh,
this
my
is,
goodness.
This is cooked. It just looks nice and pink. And no. And then I had to go do it like more a butterfly for her so she can eat it. And now, though, she changed her perspective on meat, and she eats it the way I like it, which is, medium rare. I like it rare sometimes. It depends on the cut, but, medium rare is good. So what's going to happen on the show now?
So next week, we got a little teaser for next week's episode. We're going to be in an amusement park.
Okay.
And let me just say, I've never been so shocked in my life.
So you already taped the show?
Yes. So
okay.
We're done filming. That's all done. And now we just get to watch.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, when it comes to meat, are you dealing with halal meat or just regular meat?
Just regular meat. They didn't make any special accommodations, and I didn't expect any special accommodations. So I would just have to use my other senses and my other skills when it comes to cooking.
That's good.
So yeah.
Flexibility is a good thing. So I think you're doing the right thing. This is really wonderful.
Thank you.
We have a caller. We're going to take a quick call. I think Jerry is on the line. Good morning, Jerry.
Khalil, Hachem, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Make it quick, please.
But you are lucky. You have a master chef next to you. But I feel hungry, Khalil Hachem. Amanda, good morning. I introduce myself.
Good morning.
Jerry Rabah, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you. I want to congratulate you, Amanda, to be one of our Middle Eastern master chef nationwide. And he just told me, Mr. Khalil Hachem, you were on Fox National TV. Is that right?
That is correct. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So much,
Amanda, I have a suggestion for you. How about if you open a restaurant in Michigan to be the first restaurant, and you grew up in a Dearborn area, and we are proud of you, and we call the restaurant Amanda Americana Middle Eastern Cuisine. How about that?
That's wonderful, Jerry.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
and all I need from you, just invite me for a free dinner when you got a grand opening.
No problems. You got it, Jerry.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye now.
Bye-bye now.
So there you have it. You owe Jerry a free dinner when you open that restaurant.
Sure thing.
Do you bake bread?
I do. I love to make homemade pita bread.
Homemade pita bread.
We moved to Seattle. I couldn't find good pita bread. You know, in Dearborn, we have the luxury of so many amazing bakeries.
Okay.
But when I moved to Seattle, I couldn't find such good bread, so I started making it myself.
Wonderful. Amanda, please stay with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Jumana K-Ruse. You've seen her images on giant billboards across the metro. Jumana K-Ruse. You've seen her images on buses across the city. Now get to know Jumana K-Ruse.
Most people who sit in my office across from my desk are hurting on so many levels. One thing people do not know about medical malpractice is that the statute of limitation, meaning the time that you have to bring suit against a doctor, a hospital, is 2 years. In medical malpractice, that's a very, very short period of time. Not every lawyer is an advocate, but every lawyer should be an advocate.
Let Jumana K-Ruse protect your rights. Call the law offices of Jumana K-Ruse at 1-866-YOUR-RIGHTS, extension 100, or visit yourrights.com.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Donna, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Radio Baladi. The number here is 248-557-3300. We're talking to Amanda Saab. We're really proud of what you accomplished in being on national television. And we're talking about bread before we went to commercial. Have you made any of the old bread in the old country? Flatbread?
I have not any of the flatbreads.
Yeah, it's delicious. I make it often. In fact, I don't know if you're familiar with the taboon.
Yeah.
Taboon is a beehive oven, and I'm making one in my backyard, and it's delicious. Once you make bread over open fire, it's just unbelievable. This is something
that sounds incredible.
It is. It's unbelievable. Look it up. Beehive ovens and see how they make them. They're really great. What part of Lebanon are your family from?
So both sides of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side, are both from Bint Jbeil.
Bint Jbeil, yeah, wonderful, great city. Yeah. This is the capital of southern Lebanon. I say it's the capital of southern Lebanon, but some people may disagree with me. So it's a great town. And how did your family react to the fact that you're cooking on TV?
So initially it had to all be a secret. We couldn't tell anyone we were auditioning. I obviously talked to my parents and my sisters, and they were so excited. They're like, "Oh my God, this is so you've always loved cooking. You've always talked to yourself while cooking in the kitchen. Like, you could do this on TV."
Yeah.
And then when my extended family found out, my grandmother especially, she was so happy. She watches her Arabic cooking shows, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're going to be like Tata Latifa, and you're going to do all these things." She was so excited for me. So
wonderful, wonderful. Isn't it great when we get support from our families in an endeavor like this?
It is. It's so amazing. You can't put a price on that. So.
Absolutely. Now, is there like a time crunch that you face when you're making these dishes on the show?
Yeah, so depending on the challenge, we have a set amount of time, no matter what it is, to do, whatever the challenge is that they set forth for us. So you're always under a lot of pressure. Aside from being on MasterChef and being in a competition, you have the pressure of the clock.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So what's next? It's like a process of elimination. Is that correct?
That's true.
Okay, so what's next? Now you're 4. Is that 4 people you are?
Oh, no, there's still 20 of us left.
Oh, 20.
So
okay.
There's 20 of us, and we're going to enter into our first team challenge. So you get to see how different personalities get to work together under pressure and see how I do with that.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge, yeah. So
yes, it is.
Specifically in cooking, when you get more than one cooks in one place, it's just it's a challenge. And so now, how many episodes is that?
So it's going to run throughout the summer. I'm not quite sure the total number of episodes, but it'll be through the summer. So every Wednesday on Fox, you'll get to watch.
And then there'll be an elimination along the way, and the winner will become a master chef for that season?
That is true. The winner gets a cookbook, $250,000, and they are the next master chef, and they get the trophy. So
wonderful.
Pretty exciting.
So what are you going to do with that $250,000?
Well, you have to watch and see if I even got it. So
I think I think I'm thinking positively. I think you're going to get it.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. This is really great news, and thank you so much for before I let you go, I just want to ask you, what would you say for our youth who have big dreams and then they just hold themselves up because, who they are, where they're from, and, their faith and so forth and so on?
If you're listening right now and you need some encouragement, some motivation, you just need to do it. Believe in yourself and go out there and do it. There's no dream that's too big. There is no dream that is too big for you. You can do anything you put your mind to. So dig deep, find that passion, and go out there and get what you're after.
This is really good, and I really thank you for being with us, for waking up that morning, and early in the morning in Seattle, and this is really great, and again, thank you so much. Do we have a caller?
Thank you.
Let's take this call, Amanda, before you go. And good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ted.
Yes, Ed.
And I work with Bangladesh Muslim person.
Okay.
And I told him about the meat, what makes it halal about the meat.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, if you want it halal, most woman must not touch that meat and cut it, must not touch it at all, and that's the only way it's halal.
No, that's far from the truth.
That is not true.
That's far from the truth. In fact, most people who cook growing up in the Middle East, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amanda, are women, not men.
Yeah.
No, halal has nothing to do. Halal has nothing to do with gender. Halal has to do with the way the meat is prepared or the animal is killed. And also halal goes further. What it is that the animal has to be treated well, has to be a good, well fed, in good health, because in the Quran God said to us that you are the best of creatures, and therefore you should get the best of everything. So that animal has to be well treated, well fed, in good health, and then the difference between halal and non-halal is non-halal are killed, halal meat are slaughtered. It's the same thing as kosher, and the same process. The difference is for kosher, a rabbi does the slaughtering, and then for halal is any Muslim can do it. It has to be a Muslim person who does that according to Islamic law. But it's the same process. And the reason for slaughtering is that so to allow the blood to exit the body, because the way the slaughtering is done is that it keeps the backbone intact, and then all the blood is coming out. There have been studies done and shows that when it comes to the slaughtering, the animal does not feel any pain, unlike that when it's killed in the modern way. So that's the difference between halal and non-halal. It has nothing to do with men, women, or anything else.
Okay,
does that help your? In fact, at the Cordon Bleu, which is one of the most famous schools for cooking, when they want to prepare really, really good meat, they put it in water overnight to get the blood out so it can taste better. So there's a lot to, taste-wise, and I don't know if Amanda would like to add something to that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. No, I think you covered it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've done quite a bit of research on that, because this issue comes up quite a bit here for us in the West, and a lot of people have this misconception about halal and halal
they
meat,
do.
and some people say, oh, I don't want to eat halal meat. I don't know what's in it. Well, it's good meat actually. Once you eat it, you don't want to go back to other meat once you eat it. And I've never heard this before, that if women touches the meat, then it's not halal.
Neither have I. But people are always coming up with weird things.
I know this is new to me. So, again, I really want to thank you so much for being on the show, and good luck to you. We wish you best of luck, and we are so proud of you, and we'll be rooting for you, and we'll be watching. I don't watch television much, but now I'm gonna take the time to watch that, and no pressure on you. So don't think we're watching you, but we're there just to support you, and we're so proud of you. And good luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Bye now. Okay, who do we have? Yes, good morning, Jamillah.
How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us. And Jamillah Rabah, is that right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you said it perfectly.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about you, Jamillah.
At the current moment, I'm Program Director for Dreamy Children's Center.
Okay.
And Principal for Dreamy Islamic Academy.
Okay.
I have my bachelor's in elementary education and currently finishing up my master's in administration and supervision.
Wonderful. We just had, Amanda. She's on. She's originally from Dearborn, and she is on Fox. She's going to be on Fox News, the Master Chef show, cooking, and it's always great to see our specifically women in our community taking leadership roles and really setting good example for others to follow. And here's we have Jamillah, you're doing all this wonderful stuff. So thank you for taking the time to be with us today. Now, Dreamy, the center is. You recently had a grand opening. Tell us a little bit about it and how it went.
Alhamdulillah, it was a great day. It was a great time. We were able to spend Saturday afternoon with our parents and children. It's always nice to spend time with our parents out of the classroom. A lot of our parents are work really hard, and don't get the time to come to the school and do events with their kids.
Wonderful.
So they really enjoyed being here with their kids and spending a wonderful afternoon with them. It was very successful, alhamdulillah.
That's good. And how many branches you have now for the?
We have 2 here in Dearborn Heights.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 1 in Westland, 1 in Troy, and there's also 1 in Dearborn.
Yeah. I did attend that grand opening there, the open house rather. And I was really,
thank you so much.
I was really impressed with how well the school is organized, and the staff, and how friendly everybody is, and this is the kind of atmosphere you really, because our children are they're our most precious cargo, and we want to make sure that we take them somewhere where we can trust, and it seems like that kind of place. So.
I really do think that has a lot to do with the success. Parents do feel like they're bringing their children to their second home.
Yeah. What a vision for the people who started this program. I really congratulate them on that. Now, Thank
you so much.
Absolutely. What do you have for the summer? What kind of programs?
Well, we have a summer camp where the children will be able to have martial arts twice a week, do swimming twice a week, do soccer every day, as well as every Friday they'll have a field trip. Wonderful. So we're trying to make sure that the kids from 5 to 12 have a very active program, that they're not stuck in the building, that they're outside more than they are inside.
That's wonderful.
And the children, everyone loves to swim in the summertime.
Oh, absolutely. And I would rather that they are swimming than they're burying their face in the iPad or in something else.
Yeah.
So they're active.
We don't want them to come. We don't want them to come here feeling like they're in school. We want them to feel like it's a summer camp.
Yeah.
They're enjoying their time and to like to enter the building.
Yeah.
It's really important to have kids want to come there in the morning.
Wonderful. Any other programs this summer?
We do have a Quran and Arabic program. It's 4 days a week for the children, but it's only 4 hours, 4 days a week.
Wonderful.
But most of the children who will be attending that will probably as well be attending our summer camp.
Wonderful. We're going to be talking more about the center in a second. We're just going to take a quick break, a commercial break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Thank you.
الافتتاح الكبير لأسواق زمزم على 24065 أورشارد ليك في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز. تنزيلات كبيرة على عموم المواد الغذائية، فريش كاري أوت، جميع أنواع المعجنات وصمون الحار، أيضا صواني الكامبو المشكلة، لحوم حلال للجالية العربية والإسلامية الملحمة بإدارة قصاب الجالية المعروف سلوان جربوع. Call them at 248-476-0300 248-476-0300. أسواق زمزم للمذاقي، عنوان زوروهم على 24065 أورشارد ليك في مدينة فارمينغتون هيلز، أو call them at 248-476-0300 248-476-0300. أسواق زمزم للمذاقي، عنوان.
From their first words to first grade, Dreamy Children's Center will help get your child on the right track. The highly qualified staff works closely with parents to provide an experience that goes beyond early education. We can help nurture important personality traits with the use of educational programs ranging from preschooling for infants to Montessori-approved programs and bilingual curriculums for young children. All meals can be provided and we can arrange for after-school pickup. Dreamy Children's Center in Dearborn Heights on Warren, in Westland on Ann Arbor Trail, and in Troy on DeQuinder.
Welcome back to Radio Baladi, and thank you for being with us this morning. We're talking to Jamillah Rabah from Dreamy Children's Center. We were talking earlier about the summer programs, and what else is going on at the center?
You know, alhamdulillah, all summer long, the kids will be having different themes every summer to help them enjoy it. And to make sure that our kids always reach the best, our teachers are constantly taking workshops. We're always connected with Starfish Family Services to make sure that we give the kids the most and have any concern that the parents have. We always keep them connected with all the family services that they need.
Wonderful. And I mean, this is a private school, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you teach Islamic studies as well, and
in the private section we teach Islamic studies. In our children's center, we do not teach any religion.
Okay. Is this something, you know, they like the parents choose to, like, I want my children.
They get to choose. You know, I've worked for 25 years, and I think of all the jobs I've ever had, the one I take the most pride in is working with Dreamy Children's Center. We really do reach a diverse community. We get a chance to help out everyone in the community. Our children here at Dreamy Children's Center, it's a very diverse group, alhamdulillah.
Sounds good. And you know, you seem to have quite a bit of experience with children. I just wanted, for the benefit of our listeners, you know, sometimes we encounter, you know, certain attitudes from children or some behavior. What's the best way to deal with that?
I think the best way is that the teacher has to get to know the child better.
Okay.
We have to get to know the child better. Once we know the parents better and we know the children better and we know their situations, you get a better understanding of the children. It's so easy sometimes to make assumptions, but the one thing that we make sure that our staff knows, as well as us in the administration, is get to know the kids better, and then you have a better understanding, and then you can help the child better.
That's good. And this is something we can learn to do at home as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, one thing that we like to do here with our preschools in the beginning of the year is we do home visits. Home visits gives us a better understanding. And with parents, sometimes our kids come home so stressed out. And we're tired from work, and it's very easy to jump the gun or punish your children or scream at your children. But we just need to go that extra mile to sit with our children, talk to them about their day, ask them how they're feeling, and then you'll get a clearer picture of what's going on in your child. Because children today are a lot brighter, and they know more than children before.
Absolutely.
So it's really important to talk to them.
Yeah. You know, to me, one of the biggest challenges is, you know, make him to listen to me and pay attention to me, you know. So,
exactly.
What do you suggest there?
I think listening is a skill.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to develop it. So the more we do it, the better we'll become at it. So Absolutely. It is really important just to sit and to let your child talk and to actually listen.
Okay.
And not jump the gun. It's really important to let them finish what they have to say and understand them and put yourself in their position.
Yeah. Teach by example.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of times we don't practice what we preach.
Exactly. You know, I was going to mention to you that sometimes, like, I learned respect from watching my parents respect each other, and I learned love from watching my parents love each other. I mean, we as parents, as you well know, have an important role. And I hope that one day we get to a point where we can provide programs for parents so they can understand their children.
It's important. We do our best to inform parents of all the workshops.
Yeah.
Starfish Family Services is a great organization, and their director always comes to inform us. So we always try to inform our parents to go to these workshops. They're always for free, so you don't have to pay anything from them for them, and they're always in the evening.
Yeah. And I wish that our religious organizations would step up to the plate and offer those. And I know it's a financial thing, but I think if we all work together and have a plan, it can really work and make a difference. And this is why we see, and this is totally a different subject, but this is why we see.
But it is very important. They do have to pick up the speed and get with the times and start giving classes, because as much as school does, the parents, we have a bigger role in our children's life.
Absolutely. And now, so you offer some of these workshops at the center?
Oh, yes, we do. Our staff goes once a month to Starfish. They take any professional development that's available. We always attend it. And anytime there's a workshop for the parents, we hang up the flyers, we pass them out to the parents, and we try to do our best to have the parents attend.
Yeah.
And if any parent ever has a concern, we do try to put them in connection with the people that can help them.
That's good. That's wonderful. And as far as workshops to the parents, you offer that as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So, now to extend it to the general public, this is something, this is what I'm talking about.
These workshops are open for everyone.
Oh, they're open for everyone.
It's not yet. Yeah, they're open for everyone. They're not just for any particular school. They're open for everyone. They're free at cost. Starfish Family Services, it's a really great organization. And they will give workshops in any field that you need. You just have to tell the director, Adisa, I need this.
Okay.
And she'll make sure that there's a workshop for that.
Wonderful. Now, they're located on Mason Street, is that correct?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, okay. That's the one, Starfish. That sounds really good. I hope that more people in our community would take advantage of that, because we really need that. I mean, if we review some of the incidents that took place recently and before that, and because at the end of the day, if the home is not put together well, then the children will the children will pay the price. And this is our responsibility, and we need to make sure that this is done right. But if we don't know, we're not going to do it right.
Yeah, we have to make them aware. This is why schools have a duty to do it. The religious places have a duty to do it. Whenever there's a place that people like to attend, it's our duty to keep them informed.
Wonderful. This sounds like you guys doing the right stuff there, and we wish you the best, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Anything else before we wrap it up? Anything else you want to tell us about the program? What's the number there if people wants to call and find out?
So for our summer camp, it's 313-359-9999, and this is the number where we can keep you informed with any program that you're interested in.
Okay. Could you repeat that number one more time, please?
313-359-9999.
That's okay. It doesn't get easier than that. 359-9999, and the area code is 313. And you can give him a call and learn more about the summer camp, and you don't have to wonder what to do with your child this summer. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and please give our best to everybody there. I was really impressed, being there at the open house.
Thank you.
The way the school is set up and everything is well thought through, and thanks again. Please give everybody our best.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all your time this morning.
No problem.
It was a pleasure being on your show.
Thank you so much. Bye now.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye now. Again, this is something that's very important, is what our children are doing and where they are and what they're learning, and whether it is at Dreamy Child Center or anywhere else, you need to get involved and be part of that to make sure that's done right. And Adam, it's almost out of time. It's about 5 minutes left, and I have an announcement to make. I recently got my real estate license. So, this is a perfect time to get into real estate, and just wanted to let people know that, it's been really quite a lot of interesting learning time to go through the process. And what really got my interest is that this is a great time to get into the market. I mean, the market is picking up, and it's a great time to buy or sell a home, and it's a great time to get a loan as well.
Let me be the first at the station to congratulate you. I know that you were working really hard on that, and you were dedicating a lot of time and energy into it, so congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was a tough test, but I'm glad I passed it on the first time, and I start working at Coldwell Banker. If you need help with buying and selling a home, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to work with you. You want somebody who you can trust and somebody who is knowledgeable, and we have that, and we'll be more than happy to work with you. My number is 313-819-0101, and I'll be more than happy to work with you. And again, home ownership is the American dream, and we in our community we like that, and you see a lot of people owning homes and buying homes. This is a great time again to really sell or buy a home. And when I try to explain it to people is that, let's say you're buying a home now at 150, and if the market continues to go up in a couple years, instead of just paying the interest, you're gaining equity in your home, and gaining $20,000, $30,000, or $40,000 equity in 2 years. This is really great time. Also, the interest rates are about 3 point something, 4 point something. It's not going to get any better than that. I mean, I remember times when interest rates were 7 and 8 and 9%. There's a lot to involve in buying a home. I made a mistake years ago and buying a home on my own, and I regret that because they took advantage of me. I didn't know. You need someone who is knowledgeable with the law, with the laws and regulations, and have a great team behind them. If they don't know, they will really help you with and the finances. And you need, before you sign anything, make sure you know what you're signing. If you don't understand it in English, you need to understand it in Arabic. It's very important that you know what you're signing and what you're doing and how you're doing it. This is the biggest investment in your life. The reason I wanted to get into this because I get a lot of people complaining to me about, I bought a home, I didn't know what I was doing, nobody told me this and nobody told me that, and now I'm stuck with this, and I have to fix the home, I have to do this and I have to do that. Before you sign anything, it's your right to understand. It's your right to know. It's very important. You don't know, you don't understand it, get someone to help you. And no one is going to help you better than a really well-informed and an agent that is working in a really good organization, and I'll be more than happy and I'll be honored to either help you sell your home or buy a home, and I'll be working with you every step of the way to make sure you understand everything, because you want to know what your home is worth before you put it on the market. What makes it a good sale? How can I get the most for my home? And what's the best way to do it? And if you're buying a home, you want to make sure, you're buying it at the best price and at the, understanding everything that is involved in that. So
we got about 45 seconds left.
45 seconds.
Where can people get a hold of you at?
313-819-0101. You can also log into yamichigan.com. All the information you need is there. We want to thank you so much for being with us. This has been a great day, to be with you. It's a Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful, and blessed day. And remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and treat others as you want to be treated. Again, you need any help from us, my number is 313-819-0101. Have a wonderful weekend.